Everybody, got Frankenfoot here for sort of a modified GoBoLaLoon. Extra golems, fewer hounds. Let's watch it. Watch it roll. We'll watch the tape. So you see golems, 3 wizards coming down on either side, starting to get the funnel established. And you're going to see no wall breakers in this attack, but you're going to see a jump spell come down on this archer tower. And you see that's going to open up this compartment and the next one. And then you're going to see a second jump spell come down. There's the first one. It's going to get everything into that middle compartment there. Fresh golem comes down. One golem redirects. The other one does not, and I still don't know why. Maybe because this one took out that cannon. The wizard took out that cannon. But anyway, so you see bowlers coming in. They're getting raged up. They're going to get a heal spell down, and they are just knocking the snot out of things. That bowlers like to do. For the clan castle, you've got double poison and a rage spell and the queen, taking out Valkyries and a baby dragon. Things are looking great. Bowlers are still in there knocking stuff around. You still got golems tanking. King has expired at this point, but that's okay. And now that they have made a super deep push, you're going to go ahead and drop the 1 hound I have on the 1 air defense I have left, with balloons encompassing the back of the base in sort of a U pattern as things move along. And once that air defense goes down, it's pretty much game over. You do have wizard towers left up, but the balloons are so spread apart that they're really not going to be able to do that much damage. And actually, the queen's going to step up and take out that air defense. Wow, what a hero queen. Have you ever seen a queen come in and target exactly the one building you need her to target? That, like, never happens. This queen, somebody must have bribed this queen. It wasn't me. I don't know who it was, but somebody must have. That's the only way to explain it. Anyway, so, yeah, I don't know that I lost a single balloon in that entire raid. I'd have to double check. But, yeah, very effective raid, taking advantage of one interesting aspect of this base. And that interesting aspect is it is a very long and narrow base. And I have seen a bases similar to this, not quite like this, not exactly like this, in the Champions War League. I'm guessing this is some sort of internet base, because this clan was full of internet bases, and they all have just common themes, right? Like, you've got the town hall on the outside next to heroes, and offset clan castles, and interesting things. But yeah, a lot of what I think are internet bases in this thing, and that's fine, I guess. I think a lot of people worry that you can look for YouTube videos on how to defeat common internet bases, but I didn't do that. But bases like this are often intimidating because they look so strange, but they usually have one huge weakness that you can exploit, and you just got to know how to exploit it. And in this case, a long, narrow base is very weak to something moving through it, as long as you move through it the long ways. And the whole point is that if you attacked over here, you can see all, pretend that these are all point defense buildings. You can have a lot of things firing on your golems at a single time. But if you attack from over here, you have half the amount of things that can fire on your golems at the same time. So you can generally get a deeper push into the base because you're not engaging as many defenses at once. And provided you can take out what you need to take out quickly, it's easy to walk through a long, narrow base like this. The other thing that makes this doable is in the core here, picture yourself in here, the buildings that are so far on the outside are really not things with any long, dangerous range. This cannon's not in range. This wizard tower's barely in range. You have an expo here, and you have some things in here, but your queen and the bowlers can knock those out if they're moving up the middle. So all that makes this deep push through this base possible. And that's just the weakness in this base design. That's just all there is to it. Every base has a weakness. My base has a weakness. I try to get rid of them. I try to make it as difficult as possible, but I got 3-starred this war. I'd make a video of it, but, you know, Balloon Town Hall 9 3-stars are so common, it really doesn't even make much difference anymore. You just queen walk with the Laloon. What else do you want? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Almost dropped my phone there. Anyway, but imagine this. If you can get golems and bowlers and the queen to move through the core, look at all the wonderful objectives you'll take. You'll take out 1, 2, 3 air defenses. They're all within range of this middle stuff here. You'll take out the clan castle troops. You'll take out the enemy queen. So, let's talk about which side you want to come in on. like I said, you don't want to come in on this side because look how long this compartment is. Your bowlers are going to split to the left and to the right. Even if you get them to come in here, they're not going to stay clumped together. You're going to have a hard time getting them to do what you want them to do. And it's better to come in on the skinny side than the long side, just because you have fewer things firing on you at once. Same story over here. And you have these high hit point buildings here and not very much defenses that you're going to get credit for taking out. You only got one air defense here, so I didn't want to do a side entry here. If you try to come in on the top, you're going to have to engage the king and the queen very, very quickly. I don't like sending golems in on heroes. I've had that go wrong so many times just because the heroes do such massive damage per second compared to other defenses. You don't want to send your golems in on them, and golems don't hurt heroes. They won't target the heroes, so you're going to have to wait for things like wizards to get in range of wherever the sphere of influence is of these heroes. And so picture the worst case scenarios. You've got a golem sitting on the edge here, queen's firing on them from all the way over here. Your wizards can't get to it. You're just going to have to wait for your queen to wander in range of that, and that's no bueno, as we say down here in Houston. So, that leaves this side. Now, thankfully, this is a second attack, so I know where the traps are. He's got 3 Teslas here, another Tesla here, and giant bombs kind of all around in this area. That's handy information to know, because you're not going to get any wall breakers to come in here, because the Teslas are going to pop up and fry them. At least this one in the middle, because this Tesla's out of range of these cannon, or mortars, I'm guessing. I didn't really test that, but I never felt the need to test. So forget the wall breakers. I'm just going to bring extra jump spells. And I'm using all my spells on the kill squad, and I'm going for a super deep push. It's kind of high risk, but it paid out here, and it's paid out before, and it'll probably pay out again in the future. These long, narrow bases, when they're designed in certain ways, you can really take advantage of that. So first jump spell coming down here. Rage spell is things inner. I found the rage for your Gobo. Rage right away, for whatever reason, that always works the best. You can theorize why that is, but rage right away as you enter the base. It always works the best. And so a jump spell is going to get us through this compartment into this one, and then it's going to further get us through this second jump spell here, is going to connect these next 2 compartments as well. And so provided the golems move in with the bowlers, you can do a heck of a lot of damage. All these buildings have the potential to be gone, and that means 1, 2, 3 air defense is gone. Your expo is going to be gone. This expo is going to be gone. You got Wizard Town either side that's going to be gone. The one thing to watch out for are these cannons on either side here. If these guys are left alive, they're the only things that can sort of penetrate deep enough to start working on your bowlers as they're standing on the edge trying to take out things. Now, if he were smarter, he might have recessed his wizard towers 1 or 2, so your bowlers have to stand right on the edge to hit them, because they will do that. The bowlers will eventually do that before they move to the next compartment, and then this cannon would have a better time reaching them. But as it stands now, especially in a rage, the cannon's just not going to have that much time to fire on them. So, not many long-range points here, and if these cannons are still alive, I was actually saving some balloons to drop on them, just to make sure they don't harass the bowlers. Now, they'll probably die quickly once they get to those wizard towers, but that's okay. Those cannons have the potential to ruin this thing. I've seen that happen with bowlers many times. A good, effective base design to stop bowlers is to have something that, as a bowler is sitting trying to hit something, it's going to sit there for a while, and like a Tesla or an Expo can fire on them. That's effective. Yeah, we'll leave that at that. So I've also got a bunch of giant bombs and stuff here. And so because of that, I'm going to go ahead and drop a heal spell here, because 2 giant bombs will wreck your bowlers pretty bad. And so I want them at full health as they enter this section. And hopefully the golems will beat them into it. There's plenty of defenses in here, so I have no doubt the golems will want to move in here. That's the other thing that makes this possible. If there were no defenses in here, the golems are not going to path in any useful way. They're just going to start trying to beat these things up. And then your bowlers are going to move into here and face certain death as these, what are those things? Defenses try to attack them. And the clan castle and the queen are close together, but the clan castle is going to come out so much earlier. I don't think I can effectively share a poison spell between the clan castle and the queen. So I'm not banking on that, but it's 2 Valkyries and a baby dragon. and probably something else just to make the math work out. I don't remember what it is. But that's a pretty potent clan castle, so we're going to knock that sucker out before those Valkyries come in and just chop my bowlers in half. Yeah! So, now imagine you've made it through this base. These cannons are gone. All these buildings are gone because that's what the bowlers are going to do. And you've just got one air defense up here. And the only other thing that can even hurt your balloons are this archer tower. This guy's going to be distracted by whatever's in here. This guy might even be distracted too. So you now can just totally kick the crap out of what's up here with your balloons. So we're going to just send one little old hound up here. And then we're going to surround the top with balloons so everything sort of collapses in and goes down the middle. And the things that will be left, this wizard tower should be left. These wizard towers and this cannon should be left. But I'm thinking that, that's just not nearly enough to stop the balloons from doing their job. One more cough, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sounding a lot better today than I was last week, though, wasn't I? I was rough last week. Anyway, that's the plan. Now, it is absolutely critical that my kill squad makes it into here and takes out the queen, or this whole thing is shot. But thankfully, they did do that. So these long, skinny bases, this is an effective way of doing it. I wonder if there's anything else worth saying. I had a couple troll builders huts, so I took away. Normally I bring 3 wall breakers and hope there's no wall breaker trap. But in this case, I only brought 2, and so I've got an extra wizard here and a builder's hut on either side. So I'll probably. Oh, sorry, I brought in a minion for these builder's huts. But anyway, let's watch it now. Now that I've talked for like 11 minutes and 53 seconds. So, first golem comes in, they're going to go for these mortars. So, 1, 2, 3 wizards, golem, 1, 2, 3 wizards. It's starting to shape the base so that the main kill squad can do what they need to do. So, let's watch this carefully. King comes in. Jump spell goes down. This guy redirects here when his mortar dies. This guy continues to move to his cannon when his mortar dies. I don't know why. Whatever. But you notice a fresh golem comes in. And so now your kill squad is on the move. Rage spell gets things cooking through that Tesla farm very, very quickly. It just takes 1 or 2 rocks to knock out the Teslas. They take out that wizard tower, and these wizards were both kind enough to come in and take out those cannons. So now I've got nothing at all that can pester my troops, my bowlers, as they move through the base. And so you've noticed, maybe you didn't because I didn't show you, you've got a second jump spell down here to connect these compartments. And the golems were kind enough to walk in there and trip these giant bombs to protect the bowlers. They did that because there's defenses for them to keep moving into. So, those are all gone. You notice the clan castle troops have come out. Double poison on them. Not quite enough such that I can share it with the queen. And the jump spell's just barely too wide that this bowler decided to come in there. That could have been bad if that continued. And this guy's still over here just getting, wizard tower shots to the head. Oh, look at that little skeleton. Must have been a wizard. Poor little guy. Anyway, but the bulk of the kill squad has moved in here. You've noticed you've lost 2 of the air defenses are gone. The Tesla farm is gone. 1 air sweeper is gone. This one's shortly behind it. You're about to take out the queen. At this point in time, I'm waiting for the queen to go before I do anything. And the queen is gone. And shortly thereafter, this air defense is going to go. I think at this point in time, I'm just being patient and see what comes of this. Yeah, and so once that air defense gone, I said, well, it's time. We'll just go ahead and drop down all these balloons and lava hound, and life will be great. And yeah, that's the base is pretty much shot to crap at this point. I don't know what to say after that point. The kill squad did such an amazing job, and the hero queen just coming in and saying, "No, wizard tower, you're not." Oh, I did lose 1 balloon. I lost 1 balloon due to a air mine over there. So yeah. Anyway, well, I sure have talked a lot, but there's really not much left to talk to at this point. You just kind of, snuck the crap out of it. So that base had a very, not obvious, but very important weakness. And if you exploit that properly, you can get one heck of a push. So sometimes you may have gotten a deep push with your kill squad, sometimes maybe not, but that might have been the difference. Just the shape of the base and what things can hurt your bowlers make a huge difference. But anyway, I've done this a type of attack before. It's worked before. It worked here again. And life is pretty good right now. So there you go. I'll shut up and stop talking now.